Okay, this is working fine.
It is?
Yeah.
What did it come out of?
The white.
Okay, blue is full. It's the only one full.
White is cleared and cleared off, and I'm pretty sure yellow needs to be cleared in the camera.
Okay, cool, but
And
okay,
that
that
is
makes
acting
sense. This
weird.
one's a weird one, so.
And that is how it needs to be. Here's the. Oh, you got the coffee. Okay.
Yeah, are we
We're
ready to
ready.
eat?
We're
Okay,
ready.
coolio. We don't have a spatula, so I'm just gonna do my best. Okay, I'll use this knife. Okay, ready. If you'll hand me a. We don't have any oil, so it's sticking to the deal, and we don't have a spatula, so it's hard to get it off. But the girls rang the bell.
Sorry for our dish situation, honey.
I don't think that's anything for you to apologize for. Bread and tortillas there for you, and
Yum, baby. This is whack food, baby. This is
I
great.
hope it's good, hun. There's no oil, so it's not definitely
great.
not turning out the way I'm happiest with, but I'm happy we have food, so.
Do you want me to put some tortillas on your plate?
Sure. This egg is kind of intact, so thank you. I'll take over from there, hun.
Tortillas and bread. Shall I just... what are we
No,
doing
that's
here?
not part of this meal. Sorry,
Okay.
hun.
No,
I
it's
have to
okay.
separate stuff out, or we will eat it all in one meal.
Right.
There's meat in this. It's all in this.
Oh, okay, I'm just putting
All
some
the
of this
same
in.
stuff is in here, hun.
Alright. I'm scooping all this over my tortillas and throwing the egg on top, baby.
Here, let me taste this and make sure. That's good.
Excellent. This looks great, baby.
Oh, I'm gonna grab us a couple peppers.
Me and my baby, I think we're both we're just worn. Would you say, baby?
I'm kind of tired, but it's not bugging me that bad. How about you, hon? Is it bugging you?
I think by
Please
and large,
eat,
we're
honey.
doing great. Watch out, Duffy.
I'm gonna put some lime in our tea.
I'm gonna throw in some salsa. And a pepper. Look at you guys. Whoops, sorry, hon.
It's alright, there's a lime.
Ooh, a lime. Slime's going. Lime's getting a little squeezed. Look at that, you guys. The huevos rancheros. Baby.
I hope it's good.
It's
I worked really hard on this food, so I hope it's good.
It's delicious.
Does it need salt or anything?
Oh,
Go
a
for
little
it.
salt.
Sure. We have iodized salt this time. It's good for you.
That's damn good.
Is it? Okay, good. I hope so. It's got beef, refried beans, eggs, a bunch of vegetables, tomato sauce. I don't know. Hope it's good.
It is good, baby. Ow. Thank you, honey bunny.
I heated up the Hawaiian buns in the skillet and put a bunch of garlic powder on them. They are good.
Oh, my baby feeds us.
We got outsmart life like the pioneers used to have to do. figure out how to make food last as long as possible.
So the good news, I told you the good news. We're looking at ways for fixing Japan. In fact, maybe we should
The
turn on the
Japanese will
camera
be
for
happy.
part of that. Make
Oh,
a clip
yeah, we
called
will.
Fixing Japan. They'll appreciate that. Japan got damaged. Japan is a painting, in case anyone doesn't know. I had a temper tantrum and I beat it up a little bit, which is really too bad because it's a really
It was
nice
the
painting.
most beautiful painting I've ever seen. But it's going to be more beautiful because my portal was beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds weird, but then it got damaged,
Yeah.
and then I made it better than it was before that. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Until now. Well, yeah, I love it.
it's
I
really
just love
neat.
it. Mhm.
It's got more depth and texture, and I don't know, more raw quality to it than it had before. Before it was very serene, and that's what I liked about it. But as with happens anytime you have serenity, a piece of tobacco fell on it
Mhm.
and ruined it. It was like one little tiny fleck of tobacco fell right in the wrong place. I mean, it could have been fine anywhere else, but it fell right in the middle of the portal.
Mhm.
So I lost it. I started screaming and crying, and my baby stepped in, and he did me the best favor he could have done. He picked up the painting and rubbed his hands in it and ruined it completely. And said, "We'll start over. We'll make a new painting." And then that became the basis of the new painting. And I don't even know what I did to fix it. I just painted, and it worked, you know. I didn't try to fix it. I just painted. And this one is different because you are trying to... honey, you got beans on your nose.
Of course I do.
Right up here. Other side.
I'm a passionate eater, you guys. I get it.
Yeah, you've also got really pretty glitter on your face.
Oh, okay. I can
I
believe
don't
that.
know where it came from.
Well, along with the damaged painting, we have a broken mirror. And I thought maybe
That was... how did it come about?
another temper tantrum.
For the same reason, you guys. My baby has a temper, and so do I, and that's why we get along, but it's also why we don't get along sometimes. The soup is starting to cook.
Well, the little pieces of mirror.
I don't mind it if a mirror gets broken now and then, or anything. But we are overcoming that stuff, I think. We're working hard at it.
Yes.
Anyway, we've talked to you guys about this stuff before. But they're all violent too. I don't believe it when people say they're not violent or
Right.
they don't have violence in their lives. Maybe they don't, but I don't believe it. It's like people who don't like cheese. You don't like cheese, or people who don't drink coffee. And I used to not drink coffee, but I was just a latent coffee drinker. You know, I didn't start drinking coffee till
I
about
used to not smoke pot.
7 years ago. And you didn't like pot either.
I didn't like pot, so I was less than a latent pot smoker, I think, but my
Well,
baby
me
transformed
too.
me.
I never, all of these vices I've been exploring, not all of them, but the main ones that are now a part of my life, I came to much later in my life than most people. But anyway, we're talking about Japan. I'm sorry.
It's alright. The mirror is all stuck to an adhesive sheet, and I thought that the glass bits had to be stuck to the adhesive sheet in order to reflect. That the adhesive sheet had the reflective thing, but no, it's the glass shards are actually painted on the back and then stuck to the sheet. So I was able to take strips of the sheet, and then you can just take the glass off of it, and they are little shards of mirror, which may end up getting like glued onto Japan. And the other good news is they're tiny, jagged little, they're not sharp like you think they would be. I thought, I'm gonna cut the bejesus out of myself trying to, but I was able to work with it with my fingers. And
okay, cool.
It's made out of
You're
some,
thinking of it differently from how I thought of it. I thought those little tiny pieces that are connected to that paper, broken up small pieces, the whole paper could be glued to it. But
and in some cases, maybe, yeah.
But I'm not sure how small of pieces you want to go with, you know?
Right. I'm thinking I might like to do not too tiny a pieces for the most part, except maybe in a couple really select places, and actually do a hand-glued mosaic one piece at a time, just on a couple spots.
Nice. And maybe with
flowers. We're
dried
trying
flowers.
To dry flowers from right here in our yard that are just really, really, really pretty.
Yeah, and it's illegal, so we
really?
could get arrested for that.
Sure.
But so we might as well talk about pot too, which we don't have any right now.
Which sucks.
I would say that besides Buddhism, the single most helpful thing in the face of our bad tempers is pot. I don't even. We need more pot when we're like that, not less.
We've been told by some people, you need to smoke less pot. We're like, really? We don't think you want that.
We're very high-tempered. We need to be toned down. It's not a depressant. What is it? It's a euphoric. It causes euphoria.
Which, you know,
How
be
can
good
that be
for
wrong?
managing pain.
When what?
Which can be helpful for managing pain.
Yeah, internal or physical pain. I mean, like emotional or physical pain. I think it's a hell of a lot better than going to these damn doctors that give you a bunch of fucking chemicals that fuck with your brain. I mean, really
turn you
do.
into a zombie. You know.
There is a place for that, but not as often as they do it. And it should be with the goal of getting off of those. But pot can maintenance all that stuff. You can use it when you need it, and
helps me start thinking along different lines if I seem to be trapped and, you know, some inertia that I don't want. It helps me step out of that.
it does that for me too, but only when I practice Buddhism with it. Buddhism is what really does that. But the two together can provide you with an avenue for looking at things differently. And that's what we need to repair a painting like this. We have to detach from the painting. That's the most beautiful painting I've ever seen. I'm madly in love with it. And my baby ruined it. It's a very painful process for me. I actually intervened and saved the painting. And it was difficult. What I saved of the painting, I really thought you were going to try to come back and rip it to shreds, honey.
Well, yeah, after I saw what it had done, I couldn't stand to look at it anymore. So
Well, that's good then. I hid it, and it's hard to hide a 4 foot by 3 foot painting.
Luna, stop that. That was delish, baby.
But I'm honoring the loss there. But I also believe wholeheartedly we're going to be able to save this painting and it's going to be cooler than ever. It's just like the real Japan, honey.
Right.
The real Japan has been marred. I mean, scarred, wounded
Yeah.
deeply. And
A few
it can
times
be
over.
fixed. Yeah. Man, talk about resilient, honey.
You're right. So this is really appropriate somehow.
It is.
I'm not saying I'm glad that I did that, but it's not inappropriate in the context of the painting that such a thing should happen. It's like,
Right. I agree. I really do. The Japanese might not appreciate it, but we were talking about how they have a very unique and strange karma. I'm sure we all do, but theirs seems to be very unique and just like very different from other. But so does Africa. It has its own karma, and America certainly does. We have the asshole karma, honey.
yeah.
All of our American friends are like,